Today we're looking at SaltedPopiah, a Plat 3 Kiriko. They requested this review on the Overwatch University subreddit, where they wrote, "Recently went on a crazy multi-day losing streak where I dropped from Plat 1 83% to Plat 3 0%. Not sure if it's a streak of bad fortune or just overall bad gameplay that's caused this unfortunate streak. Hence looking for some advice as I'm starting to experience some self-doubt, given that I climbed from being placed in Gold 5 up to Plat 1 pretty steadily thus far. I noticed that the outcome of most of my games are extremely team dependent. More specifically, if for instance we had the better tank DPS, we would win, given that no other role is getting diffed harder. I'm mostly playing Ana Kiriko these days, but I'm able to flex to any other support heroes except Lucio. Would like some kind souls to provide gameplay feedback on what I could do better, or were those games just unwinnable?" So when people say that they feel their games are team dependent, oftentimes it means that they aren't having enough impact themselves. Because sure, some games, will be unwinnable and out of your control, but not as many as you probably think. So yeah, we'll get into this one and we'll see what you could have done better. First thing we always want to do is take a look at our team comp. So we got Doomfist, Soldier Genji, Ana Kiriko. So I think, ideally Soldier and Ana should play back together. Genji and Doom are going to dive people. So you have a couple options, you can follow them and, dive with them, focus the targets they're focusing. You can go off and take your own angles as well. Either way, I want you paying attention to where your Soldier and Ana are positioning and just be ready to swift step to them if you get put in any danger.
Hey there.
Okay, I like this. Your Genji's up here with you. Okay, yeah, you're getting dove. Yeah, you're low HP. Be prepared to swift step. Yeah, so, we hung out there a little too long. Your Genji already took off. I get you were trying to duel the Kiriko, but you didn't even see, the Venture come in from the side over here and get you. So it's like what I said at the beginning. You just always want to have an escape plan. And this goes for all heroes. Even you said you play Ana a lot too. You always want to have a plan in place for where you're going to move and where you're going to rotate if you get pressured. Kiriko, it's a little bit easier because you have the swift step ability to just, look at where one of your teammates are and go to them. But yeah, just when you set up in an area like this, just look, see, your Ana's here and just be prepared. You're below half, you're low HP in danger. Just turn to her, swift step to her and get to safety.
The objective is under attack. I'll just keep on rising. Hi, sunshine.
Okay, yeah, that's a little, it's a little dangerous. Yeah, and you die. So let's back that up. Let's talk about what happened here. So you're coming back from spawn. You see your team is kind of low in danger.
Hi, sunshine.
And you swift step right in the middle of the fight. You take a lot of damage and you Suzu yourself. So now you are kind of left pretty exposed, low HP with no cooldowns, and this Junker Queen is coming for you. You might have still been able to, rotate with Ana, but even so, this is a thing that I saw lots of Kirikos do back in the VODs that I did, where, they swift step right into the, right to where their teammates are actively fighting, not knowing what's going on. Oftentimes they'll immediately Suzu, and then, you're just kind of left out in the open with no cooldowns. And yeah, it's very, very easy to get burst down and die when you do that. So ideally, when you're coming back from spawn, try to get into the fight without using your swift step. If you're going to swift step into a teammate to help them to Suzu them instantly, at least know what's going on. If it's, it's a 1v1 situation where you can come in and turn the tide to help your teammate win, that's fine. But especially if you don't necessarily know what's going on, I just try to err on the side of caution about just swift stepping into there.
I licked my wounds. Let's go. The sunlight soothes.
You can go for a little more damage, maybe.
My gift to you.
Nice shot.
I am on the objective. Report here now.
Yeah, you can push a little bit more. Same thing. That's a little bit risky. Although in this, like, see, you know, you're left with no cooldowns now, and your team is all over there. Although one thing you can do in this scenario is you can, of course, wall climb. But yeah, let's, like I just said before, be careful about swift stepping and instantly Suzuing, especially if you know you're going to be exposed.
Draw strength from nature. I'm on fire. Hi, sunshine.
Nice.
Be careful.
Yeah, be careful. I wouldn't engage the Junker Queen, because it's like you're not going to kill her on your own. And the other thing, too, is you have your ultimate, so it's not like we need to farm ult charge. So I would just think about, you know, backing up here and just get ready to use your Kitsune as soon as the enemy team commits. So let's back that up and talk about what happened there. So it's like I said, you want to get away from the Junker Queen, especially when you see her coming up here. Even like if you want to like swift step to where your Ana is, just to be back and be safe, and then, you know, you can come up here and, you know, Kitsune Rush on the point as soon as the enemy team commits. But because you hang out here a little bit too close, she gets in your face. She gets Carnage on you. You're taking damage over here as well. So you get put in, you're low HP. You're forced to Suzu yourself. Now Junker Queen's coming in with her ult, and you weren't able to Suzu your teammates because of it. So that all stemmed from, you know, us playing a little bit too close, and especially not backing up when we saw the tank coming into us. Yeah, you definitely wanted to just play back and just let the enemy team come to you, because, you know, you have control of point. The burden is on the enemy team to come and contest you. So wait for them to commit, hang back, use Kitsune to shut them down.
Rise and shine.
Join me.
My ultimate brings relief. Let the Kitsune
Okay.
guide you.
I don't hate that Kitsune. You know, you wanna motivate your team to push in.
Be purified.
Little close, but it's okay.
I'll pretend I didn't see that.
Yeah, be prepared to. Nice. Good time, swift step. Waited until Genji committed to you, and then you got away. Really well done by you. Yeah, you could farm some ult charge.
Hey, soothing your wounds.
I require assistance.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Okay, so your Doom died. So let's back that up right there and let's talk about that. So both your Doom and your Genji are low here. Pay attention to this. So you're, you know, you're going to heal Genji, it looks like, and you're just focused on him. Meanwhile, your Doom is in the middle of a couple enemies, and he's absolute. For one, you know, your Ana is here too. You can see her healing the Genji. If you see that, that means that you can focus on healing Doom instead. The other thing too is just general prioritization of targets. You know, Genji wall climbed up here. He's safe. He doesn't urgently need the healing. Doom does. So just always just try to pay attention to that stuff. You know, if your Genji is screaming or crying in chat about heals, like he can wait, he can get a health pack, or he can use the healing passive that now works on DPS as well. So yeah, like a point is always just think about prioritization and which of your teammates needs the healing the most at that time. Good shots though. Yeah, be careful, you're in the middle of a couple enemies. Nice try. Did you get a little bit of nano anxiety there? We've all been there, it's okay.
My ultimate is ready.
I don't think you were expecting that for sure. Yeah, I would just farm up Kitsune and just use it immediately. Perfect.
Can't eclipse me.
Defend the objective.
We're pretty good together.
Cool.
Score 0-1.
So yeah, good round overall. I just really want you thinking about your, you know, your swift step usage. Like I said, have an escape plan if you're getting pressured, and just also think about your positioning as well. You don't want to be, you know, you don't want to be too close and like, you know, say forced to use Suzu, and then you not have it for big things like Junk or Queen.
3, 2, 1. Round 2.
Yeah, let's see how this round goes.
What's up?
All right, so you got a Winston and a Junkrat now. You know, kind of same thing. I mean, Winston and Genji are going to dive, so yeah, kind of same concept. Either take your own angles or dive with them and just be prepared to swift step to Ana if need be.
I've got you. The goddess is here.
All right, very interesting. So let's actually back that up a little bit. So we're over here. Yeah, so you swift step here. I don't think we necessarily needed to do that at that point, because you're over here. You know, you're full HP. I think you could have held this angle a little bit longer. You know, you maybe could have rotated over here, gone for some damage. It would have given you a better chance to, you know, to see the battlefield, see what's going on. Because what happens is, you know, you swift step away. Your Genji is kind of left out to dry because of it. And you're AFK over here. Your Ana and your Junk get pressured. And now you've basically lost this fight, all because you kind of gave up this position when there wasn't really a need to. You know, you were full HP, you weren't being pressured at all. Oftentimes it can be good as Kiriko to, you know, just like hold these areas, get some damage out, and then as soon as people like commit to you, they push into you, even expend like movement cooldowns to get to you, then you can swift step away to safety. But yeah, I definitely think like just, you know, kind of abandoning the point, going off with Winston, and, you know, essentially not participating in the fight as we did that rotation around there, that ultimately hurt us and caused us to lose this fight here. I'm assuming you lose this fight. Yeah.
I'll just keep on rising.
Heal up Winston. Yeah, Junk died kind of fast. I might have been able to Suzu, but it's okay. Yeah, you could push up a little bit more. Your Winston's being aggro. Nice. Obviously, you can't when the Venture's pushing into you, but good job DPSing there. You can take the angle your Junk's taking. But this is fine, too. You're almost to Kitsune. So we want to farm this up, and honestly, you could just pop that right now. Yeah, they're pushing in, and...
Be careful, Shimada.
Yeah, so we lost a couple teammates, and now we're popping Kitsune, where it's a little tough. Yeah, so we lost the point there. Looks like Winston's gonna die, so let's back that up a little bit.
Be careful, Shimada.
Even more. So, like, as soon as you got Kitsune, like, as soon as the enemy team's pushing in, now would be a good time to just, you know, pop it right when you got it and just, you know, shut the enemy team down as they commit and make this push. We wait a little bit too long, and what happens is, you know, we lose our Ana. We do get their Venture, though.
Be careful, Shimada.
And then we lose Junk, too, so now we're down 2 people.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
And by the time we pop Kitsune, it's already too late. And then we pop Winston ult too, so that's 2 ults that we expended for a fight that we still lost. So honestly, it's better to pop ults early and often. Especially Kitsune Rush can kind of be like an area denial ult where you see the enemy team pushing in. The moment they commit, the moment they're like right at this threshold and it's going to be hard for them to escape, then you just throw it out here and your team can use it to clean up and secure the one fight. So yeah, try to ult early and often. You held on to it a little bit too long, and in my opinion, that was the difference to whether or not we won this fight.
What's up? Let me balance you out.
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
Ladies and gentlemen, my latest time for the reckoning.
Nice try with the Suzu. Right idea. You could be a little more aggressive with your angle. Yeah, so you spent a little bit too much time like wall climbing up here. And that time that you were spending wall climbing was spent not healing D.Va, and now she got demac'd. So honestly, you could have just like, you know, stayed safe, played around here, these areas, and just make sure you could get consistent vision of D.Va to like just constantly be emptying your healing Ofuda meter, you know, throwing a kunai or 2 in between, and yeah. Yeah, you definitely activity and APM is huge in Overwatch, and if you're constantly going up and down with that wall climb, that's healing and damage that you are sacrificing.
Out of my cave.
Score 1-1.
Yeah, so the big things there, in my opinion, we're giving up the position. When you swift step over to Winston and you weren't like on point helping your team, and then the other key thing that stood out to me was just holding on to our Kitsune a little bit too long. Just try to just throw it out like early and often as soon as like the fight starts and the enemy team is committing in. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily needed that Suzu there. That was a little early. Yeah, and then your Ana gets caught out and dies. To be fair, that's mostly a positioning issue on her end, but maybe we could have used Suzu to save her. So I like the DPS. You're mostly going for Junker Queen. Always try to think about target prioritization. We didn't really talk about this before, but yeah, you just always want to think about like who on the enemy team would be the best person for you to pressure. You could always think about like just going after the same people your teammates are focusing. But like if we look at the enemy team's comp here, I'd say BAP would probably be the best. You know, Moira's going to escape. Bastion could shred you. Venture's going to be, Venture's going to be a little difficult as well. So, pressuring the BAP, forcing his team to peel for them, that could generally be good. Instead of just shooting the tank. Because see, like, she's getting healed. Junker Queen has her own self-sustain. So it's just going to be hard to break through that, especially if you don't have teammates focusing her as well. Okay, so let's talk about that right here. So you were playing over here, which is fine. But then what happens is you rotate out here. So this is some brief time that you are not participating in the fight, especially when your Zarya is right in the middle of point. And what happens is your Genji takes a lot of damage and dies. Now, I get that you wanna set up and take an angle, but that's something you generally want to do pre-fight. In the mid-fight, especially when your team is actively contesting, you want to just kind of take the position and try to, like we were saying before, just be as active as possible with your damage and healing. So, yeah, I mean, if we had stayed here, I think we could have been able to heal Genji and keep him up and just do more things. If you're going to rotate or set up an angle, always try to do it pre-fight, not in the mid-fight. So then what happens is, because you rotated out here, your Zarya gets low too, and then you swift step right into her, and you have no cooldowns, you're out in the open, and you get burst down. So that's, your Genji died, and then you died. And both of those things, I think, could have been prevented if we had just held this spot instead of, trying to take an angle in the mid-fight.
Step right.
That was interesting. I'm with you, Genji.
Now, same thing. Be careful about swift stepping in the fight, but it's fine. We can escape here. There's no need to poke. It's like we were saying before. You have your ult. It's not like we need to build ult charge. Now you should just try to stay safe. Wait for your team to regroup and recontest. We could think about just throwing Kitsune out.
Like a gentle rain.
Like right here would be fine. Oh! Yeah, that was pretty well done by them. I think the big thing there was, the Venture. Looks like he kind of flanked with his excavation. And, you guys used Blade and Kitsune. But yeah, I mostly chalk that up to the enemy team using more ults and using their ult better. That flank excavation was really huge. The only thing that your team really could have done is, maybe Zarya bubbling people or Ana hitting the sleep. Not really your fault. Yeah, nice try. So I definitely want you to think about your swift step usage. It's like we said, just try not to swift step like out in the open or where you're going to be exposed, especially if you're going to Suzu right after, because that just means you're going to be like very exposed with no cooldowns. Excuse me. Phone went off. But yeah, other than that, yeah, just think about, using your Kitsune, I'd like to say a little bit earlier. And if you're going to take angles, try to do it pre-fight, not in the mid-fight. Actions, APM, actions per minute, is huge in Overwatch. You just always want to be, trying to get out as much damage and healing as possible, and not doing things like wall climbing or repositioning that are going to hinder that. But yeah, that's all I have for now. Let me know if you have any questions. If anyone would like to request a VOD review, check the link in the description, and best of luck with your climb.